Hi, Eric Gibaud, ericgibaud.com, and today we're here for another video about the Lumix S5 Mark II. Already made two videos. The first one was to tell why I bought this camera before I received it. The second was the first contact, features, explaining general features and information. And here today we speak about this camera for photography, and we still have another two videos to come about using this camera to make videos. So let's start. In my last video I said it was a pity that Adobe Lightroom was not compatible yet, and the same day I published a video later that day they issued an update of an upgrade of Lightroom, and it is fully compatible. Okay, so I'm going to show you pictures I've made. I've also redeveloped some raw file I had developed with SilkyPix, the software they give for free, Panasonic. Okay, and I really don't like it. Okay, so I redeveloped some of the pictures, so I will show you pictures, so you have an idea of what I could do with this camera. Okay, I will also show you some menu, tell you some features, technical details, all this. So we're going to look at it, but as a photographic camera. We're not speaking about making videos today. Okay, so maybe I will confirm things I said in my first video, maybe I will say something different, but I can already confirm that the battery is really short. It's not enough. Okay, so if you make photography you probably need two batteries, and if you make video probably 4 or 5, except if you use a power bank. Okay, I've bought these Patona batteries that are completely compatible. I didn't feel like paying for another extra batteries. I already have two by Panasonic, so I decided to test this one. If you're interested, I'll leave you links in the description on where you can buy them. Okay, but so let's speak about photography. So this is a full frame sensor, as I said in my other video, with 24.2 megapixel. For some people it will be little. Others like me, I think it's fine. I think it's well balanced, 24 million pixel. You keep good quality even with higher ISO. I think it's well balanced, but if you need 40, that's not for you. Okay, but this is what there is, that's fine. Okay, the format is the ratio is 3:2, which is the typical full frame format. We can still have other format I show you on screen right now, like a square or a completely landscape, or several format. But one thing, if you shoot in RAW file, it will keep the full RAW anyway, so that's good, I think, because that helps you to frame your picture. But still, after, if you change your mind in post-production, you still have the full sensor size. Okay, so I think that's good. This is the first Lumix camera that has phase detection, not just contrast detection. Okay, for the autofocus. Okay, so for me it was already good with the S5 for photography. With the S5 with video, sometimes you would lose autofocus. Okay, but on this one it's even better. Showed a demo the other day on my first video. Okay, but I think for photography it was already fine. Now it's even better, it's faster, it goes really well. So no complaint on this. The autofocus is really fine. You can configure it to detect face, eye, human and animal. I've noticed that the best configuration is best setting is using human for me. Okay, maybe face and eye didn't change much. It worked, but it was not that dramatically better. So I think just human, even with animals it worked. Okay, so I don't know. It has sensor cleaning, which is really useful, because when you have a good system for cleaning the sensor, you can be a month or years without having to clean it. If you're the kind of guy who change a lot this your lenses, that's important to have a good sensor cleaning, so that's fine. So measuring light, you have 1728 areas. That's plenty. So if you want to measure light on the full sensor, you can do it. This is really useful when you use Zebra, all this, to know how you're going, so you know exactly how light exposure is on your picture. Okay, so fantastic. Obviously you can still use spot, centered, all this. Let's speak about the ISO, which is always a big question nowadays. High ISO, how it goes. Okay, well, this camera has dual ISO. It means you have two bays, like you have 100 and 640 ISO. In depends what you do. Okay, if you use Vlog for video, or you get this profile on your picture. Also, you have the base at 640 ISO and the other second base at 4000. It means you have less noise on 4000 ISO than on 3200. Okay, so but for this video, I wanted to test a native ISO only, not forced one. You can push to 50, well, pull to 50 or push to 102,400 ISO or 204,800 ISO. So I tested from 100 up to 51,200. So I show you what I did. Okay, honestly, I think the quality is good. The noise is never horrible, but if you go really high, yes. But I think up to 6400, it's clean. Okay, 12,800, you need a bit of cleaning. I know that Sony user will say, yeah, on my Sony I get 51,000 completely clean, which is not true anyway, but still, maybe a bit cleaner than this, than this one on 51, yes, probably, okay? But still, I think the ISO are really nice, pushing, they're okay. So to know that you can have a clean file on 6400, for me, that's fine, that's enough for what I do. I like it, okay? By the way, all makers, they always lie about the base ISO, okay? For example, my OM system, OM1, it says the base is 200 ISO, but if you actually measure, it's 120 ISO. One day I'll make a separate video to explain how to measure, okay? This one, it announces that base 100 ISO, but really it's more like 80 ISO, okay? So, is it a problem? No, not at all. The only thing you need to know it, because if you use a light meter, it will think that if you say it's 100 ISO, it calculates for 100 ISO, it doesn't match, okay? So you will have to indicate it's 80 ISO or compensate the result, okay? But still, you need to know that the base is not really 100, it's 80 ISO, okay? I'll make a video to explain how to measure that, okay? Stabilization. This body has IBIS 5-stop, which is okay. That's not 7, okay, but that's okay. You can really go dropping the speed and it's fine, okay? I speak about the body. If you combine with the lens that has stabilization, then you get 6.5 stops, which is really fine, okay? So for me, that was good, okay? Well, if you test in automatic white balance, I was surprised the colors were really accurate, really nice. Maybe not as good as my Hasselblad 907X. Yeah, that is a lot more expensive, so I want to believe they're not as good, okay? Maybe psychological, I don't want to be better, okay? But still, I think they're really realistic, okay? I know that some people say, no, I prefer such camera because they're more punchy or more saturated. Yeah, but this is not the idea. The idea is to get reality, and then you will have time to saturate or desaturate or do what you want, but you know where you want to start, okay? So I must say that the quality of colors and white balance was really accurate, okay? If you go manual, can go from 2500 Kelvin up to 10,000 Kelvin. Shutter. If you look at the mechanical shutter from in bulb mode, 30 minutes. I would like to have minimum 60 minutes, okay? But well, it's what it is. And then a normal from 60 seconds up to 1/8,000th of a second, which is standard for this level of camera. If we look at electronic shutter, 16,000th of a second. Some do more than that. I never used that in my life, okay? But still, if you need it, you know what's the limit, okay? Burst rate, it gives 9 frames per second mechanical shutter and 30 frames per second electronic shutter. I would say that if you are into sport photography and really fast action photography, maybe this is short for you. I think that's fine, but for some people it is short, so you need to know that. And you can go electronic anyway with, obviously, electronic is not the same. You may get rolling shutter, all this, okay? Second, it's important to know the buffer size. If we look at RAW plus JPEG, it will hold 200 pictures before it starts slowing down to write on the card. And if you just look at JPEG, 300 picture, okay? That sounds a lot, okay? But if you're on 30 frames per second in JPEG, that's only 10-second burst rate. And you got 300 pictures, okay? But still, I think that's more than enough. This camera has no integrated flash, like most cameras of this level, okay? But you can still have put a hot shoe here. It synchronizes at 1/250th of a second, which is fine. It's also does high sync, and you can put a TTL flash, so perfect. There is a digital duplicator. It means like this lens is from 20 to 60 mm. If I activate it, is from 40 to 120 mm. It's kind of digital crop. I don't know if it's better to do it on computer or on the in the camera. I don't know. If you need the picture ready, well, that's better to do it in camera. I prefer to do it on my computer because you can always use third-party software to get not lose any quality, all this, okay? But to know that it's available, so that helps some people, okay? It does time-lapse. I've not done it, but maybe I will show one when I speak about video, because time-lapse is a mix of picture and video, so we'll see, okay? But it's possible to do time-lapse. And there is a way of doing high-res picture, okay? You have to move here on the small wheel, okay? Place there, and you will get 96 million pixels instead of 24. Well, you need to know one thing. That kind of picture, when you go high-res, you need to have the camera on tripod, that it doesn't move, and the subject is still also. There is the option to what to do with something that moves in the picture. If you keep it moved, like a trace, okay, or you try to clean it, the camera will do that for you. But still, the way it works, you when you press the trigger, it will make 8 pictures moving half a pixel in every direction, the sensor, and they will merge all the pictures into one, okay? So you get one large high resolution picture, okay? You can do it in RAW plus JPEG, just JPEG, or just RAW, okay? That's fine, okay? Quality is good. I show you this rock here, and you see the difference. You do get a lot of details. I like it. For people who do product photography or architecture or yeah, something that is still, that's fine. You could use it in landscape, but take into account if there is some wind in the trees, you will get something funny, something strange. But if it's a landscape with just stone or a road and nothing moves, that's fine, okay? So that may be really useful for people who need really higher resolution from time to time, or painting reproduction, or anything. You think it, you have it, okay? Something that will interest a lot of Fujifilm user. Okay, you know that when you speak about video, you speak about LUT, lookup table, to color grade in post-production, okay? But this camera, you can actually bake the LUT in the camera in video, but not just in video. I'll show you right now, okay? You can select a color profile, but you can use real-time LUT. It means you can upload your LUT to your camera, up to 10 LUTs, and not only you can use them on in video, you can also use it in photography. So it means, like if you're looking for a film simulation, like a Kodak T-Max 400, and you find a LUT that does that, you can use it in photography, not just in video, okay? By the way, Panasonic has 35 free LUTs on its website, so you can download them for free and test them. You have the basic one that is here, the Vlog 709, I think it's called, and you can add 10 more, okay? You can take them out, or you put it on the memory card. It's really easy, okay? Nothing complicated. So I think this is great news for people who want to use this camera for photography and still have something baked in camera. I think this is good. Here you have the wheel that lets you use manual mode, aperture priority, shutter priority, program, and also what they call IA, okay, which is a full automatic mode. Some people ask me, please Eric, speak about it, because some people say it gives problem. Okay, I've tried, I didn't really have any problem. It can be used in photography or in video, but honestly, I don't understand why people need that on this camera, okay? Maybe a lower range camera would understand it. But when you use a camera like this, do you actually need to have the camera to decide if it's a landscape, a portrait, or a product, or something like this? In my opinion, no. I don't speak about making pictures only in manual mode. You can use aperture priority, speed priority, or program, for example. But still, I think if you buy this, you already have some knowledge, or should learn how to have the knowledge to know what is a portrait and what is not. I don't understand why this feature is here. If you want to buy this camera and you need it, well, it's there, okay? But I would say don't complain if the results are not great. If what you're looking for is that kind of things that are completely automatic and you don't want a smartphone, I still think there are other cameras for that, okay? So that's why I didn't get in depth with this, because I don't see the point, okay? You can use a monitor to autofocus with your finger for triggering and also for measuring light. So really nice. Well, if we speak about quality, when you have the shadows to get them back, it works really well. Like this picture, the darker part were really dark. Still made only one picture. Didn't want to do any HDR, whether manual or automatic, and I could get these shadows back really well, and the picture looks really fine. So honestly, I think someone who would use it for landscape, this is fantastic. So this is like an overview of the photography side of it. Obviously, if you're interested, read the full manual. It's 800 pages, okay? Well, the big part about video, but still 800 pages, okay? So I wanted to give an overview and my impression about this camera used for photography. Well, when I tested the S5, I thought it was a great option as a full frame camera. If I would be interested to buy one, I thought, well, that's a good point. I didn't buy any full frame at that time. So when I decided this year to buy one, to add to my Micro Four Third, my medium format and my APS-C, I thought this one was time to get this one. And honestly, I think the quality is really good. I tried with this lens, okay, which is the 20-60mm 3.5 5.6, which is a kit lens. Quality is really good, okay. By the way, a guy asked me in a comment the other day if I could get Sunstar with this. The answer is no. At F22 I didn't get any Sunstars, okay. So maybe you need another lens for that. But still, I think this is a great kit lens. The quality is really good, okay? For the price, when you add to the combo, that's about 200 euros put together. The part that corresponds to this is really a gift, okay? So, I think I confirm what I had, my feeling I had with the S5. This is a great camera for photography. I know some people will say, yeah, but there are so many video features I don't need, I don't want to use, I don't want to make video. It doesn't matter. The important part is the one you're going to use. And it's true you're paying for it, but think of the price of this camera. I think the quality as a photo camera is fantastic. This is weather sealed, stabilized. If you compare with the Canon R8, which is cheaper, okay? But you don't even have sensor cleaning. I think, I'm not sure, but it's not stabilized, okay? I don't even know if it's weather sealed, okay? Maybe it is, okay? Or Canon RP, which is a lot more expensive, a lot cheaper, okay? But still, I think for the price that this camera costs, there is nothing that gives you so much. Even if we look just as photography. So it's true that all the marketing of Lumix is a lot around video. Its sister will come out in June, I think, which is the S5 Mark II X, okay, which is really thought for video. But still, I think this one, if you want it just for photography, this is a fantastic option for really great price. And Lumix lenses are affordable. Well, you also have the Leica and Sigma lenses and more third parties, okay? But still, I think these Lumix lenses are really good and affordable. So I think if you're interested in a full frame camera, this is still, in my opinion, the best money can get you in that price range, okay? For something better, you have to go a lot more money, and there are things that are cheaper, but they will not give this. So I think this is the well-balanced camera, and it's completely recommendable, even if you just want to use it for photography. So this is my conclusion. So if you're interested in buying this camera, I will leave you links in the description of where you can get it. So thank you so much for watching the video. So if you feel this video may interest other people, please share it on social networks. If you have not done it yet, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Small button and here is a small bell. If you click on the bell, get notified when I upload a new video. My website, ericgibaud.com. If you have any question, can leave a comment below. Also leave you links of my gear on Amazon, links of everything I reviewed by K&F Concept, Sandmarc and Flashes by Westcott, and also some affiliated links, more affiliated links, and also a link to my PayPal account in case you wanted to make a donation. So thank you very much, please take care of yourself, and see you soon. Bye!